What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of 30 Minutes with a Millionaire. This is the #1 spot on YouTube to increase your income, your impact, and your influence. If you're looking to start, grow, or scale your online Amazon business, you're in the right place. So if you're new and this is the first time that you've been here, welcome. Start by hitting that subscribe button, click the notification bell, and here's the rules. There are no rules. Every single week when God willing it permits, I try to come on here and answer your guys' questions, serve you guys, help you guys get unstuck, help you guys get clarity. Pretty much just help you guys get insight and get all of your questions answered from the previous videos that we've done, any of the trainings that I've done, so on and so forth. This is also time that we get to spend together, right? So the only dumb question is a question that does not get asked. And I talk about this over and over and over and over again like a broken record. But one of the most beneficial skill sets that you can adapt and create in your life is developing question asking skills, right? And a lot of people, I know how to ask questions. Asking questions is simple. Asking questions are simple, but asking the correct questions are difficult. And if you can get the difficult questions answered, the specific difficult questions answered, and you know where to ask them and how to ask them, then those are literally the milestones that you need to get past. Those are literally the roadblocks that you need to knock down. Those are literally the keys to the kingdom. So that was one of the things that changed the game for me. Cool. Let's go ahead and start knocking these questions out. So glad you're doing this one because I'm being told that starting now as a beginner is pretty much too late, too difficult to really profit the way you could just of last year. Your thoughts? So here's the thing. It's funny because so many people think this. So this is a self-limiting belief. This is fiction, right? It's not real. It's a self-limiting belief. Here's the thing. The business has not gotten more difficult. The business has changed. So if you look at it, Robert Bannister, I believe his name is, broke the 4-minute mile. And before Robert Bannister broke the 4-minute mile, the 4-minute mile was impossible. Why? Because nobody's ever done it. So now, back in the day when the 4-minute mile was impossible because it's never been done because people had self-limiting beliefs, it was impossible. Robert Bannister did it. Guess what? After he did it, dozens of people went on to break it. And now across the world, people are doing 4-minute miles left and right. So I say that to say, don't let other people's self-limiting beliefs cloud your judgment, because just because they haven't done it or they feel that they can't do it doesn't mean that you can. Here's the truth, right? And this isn't just, what I think. This is actual factual proof. Here's the proof. You can Google it yourself. There's about 250 million plus Prime members on Amazon, people who are shopping religiously on Amazon. 2/3 of America and 51% of the globe are shopping on Amazon religiously. There's under 4 million sellers. So when you look at saturation, and saturation is the true thing as an Amazon seller that you should be nervous about or concerned about. Saturation is when there is more supply than there is demand. There are more sellers than there are buyers. It's not even in the same stratosphere. Therefore, it's not more difficult. Things have changed. Does it require a different strategy to sell on Amazon now than it did 7 years ago when I started? Absolutely. Do you have to do different things to get reviews now in 2022 than you did in 2015? Absolutely. I could literally give products away, thousands of products away, and just ask for reviews. You cannot do that anymore. So it's not more difficult. There's just adjustments that you have to be made. And here's one of the biggest mistakes that people make in business, not just in Amazon, but we'll use it, as an example. When the business changes, you have to move accordingly. You have to be nimble and you have to adjust with the business. In 2008, when the real estate market crashed, a lot of people lost their real estate, but a lot of people also bought real estate and made more money than they ever made in their life. So it just depends on how you're starting the business, what information you're starting the business on, how you're trying to start the business. But this may seem biased, but it's my personal opinion, what I genuinely believe. It is not more difficult to start an online Amazon business now than it was when it started. Was it more gravy? Yes. What's the difference? The rules and regulations. Rules and regulations will continuously change. That's why you guys are here, to get updated on them and get your questions answered. So I often tell people that I coach, my high-level coaching clients, there's two ways. Because here's the thing. I don't care, like, if I was to ask you guys what's 5 things, and you guys just blurted 5 things that are holding you back from starting your business or holding you back from getting to the next phase in your life, all 5 of those things would be internal. And all 5 of those things would be internal because you're internally scared of the opposite of your desired outcome. Here's the desired outcome, making money. Here's the desired outcome, retiring. Here's the desired outcome, having your money make money passively while you don't do anything. Here's the desired outcome, you being able to do this business with your family or your friends or even your children. Here's the desired outcome, building your business to $10,000 a month. These 5 things are all desired outcomes. Now, the opposite of that would be losing money, finding the wrong product, it not working, it being saturated, right? The well being dry and it no longer working how it worked in the past, right? These are all self-limiting beliefs. They're not truthful. They're true in your world because they're a belief, right? So when it comes to being successful in the business, there's only 2 ways. And I start with this. A lot of people think this is bullcrap, but I can teach you the most complex strategies. But if you're caught up on the self-limiting beliefs as to why you're going to fail before you start, and I give you the strategy is useless, right? There's 2 ways that you can fail and only 2 in anything and everything that you do by simply not starting or giving up. Why don't people start? They don't start because of those crippling self-beliefs that they have internally that is creating fear and anxiety that does not allow them to start. Why do they give up? At the minute they realize that they are starting to see some type of reflection of their internal disbelief. So let's say I muster up the courage to start my Amazon business, but my big internal disbelief and fear was my business is going to lose money because I choose the wrong product. Well, when you start your business, what happens if your product does not start crushing it when you launch it? You're going to see a reflection of your internal disbelief and you're going to want to quit. Why can I confidently say this? Because this is the way that the human mind works. So if you understand how the mind works and how you can fail before you start, you can win before you start. You can succeed before you start and you'll never fail. Like a lot of people ask me like, Josh, how did you become successful? Because I started and I didn't give myself an option to quit. That's it. Didn't get lucky, wasn't smart, didn't have a ton of money, definitely didn't have credit, wasn't the mentor. I started, I did not allow myself to quit. So great question. Can I start on Amazon with 7K? So here's the thing. I would say like the bare minimum that you can start on Amazon with is around $300 to $3,500. But here's the thing, because I hate this question for so many reasons. There's millions and millions and millions and millions of products, and there are huge like differentiations in product costs, right? Like this little like thing right here, this little phone holder that I use to hold my book up, that all you guys should have, by the way, costs probably $2 to $3 to manufacture. The table that is right here that I'm sitting at probably costs like $40 to $50. So big difference. If this product is selling 1,000 units a month, it costs around $2,500 in inventory. If this product is selling 1,000 units per month, it costs about 40, 50,000-ish in inventory. Big difference. So I hate like the question, hey, this is how much money I have. Can I start with this amount of money? Because it's limiting yourself. This is what the answer I want to give you. In my programs and when I coach and consult, I talk about a freedom formula. The reason why people aren't successful in Amazon is because they're not successful in the strategy before they start Amazon. I hate the word Amazon business, Amazon store, e-commerce. I hate that. It is simply supply and demand. In supply and demand, we are manufacturing, sourcing, or distributing things that people need. Supply and demand. The business model has existed BC, which is before Christ. It's been around since the beginning of time. So how do we succeed at this business? First, we start. Second, we don't give up. Number 3, we identify a few things. Number 1, what is our risk tolerance as a human, right? Someone who's a multimillionaire who's been successful in business is going to have a higher risk tolerance than someone who is a single parent who has $3,000 that they have to make money with. You see where I'm coming from? You have to identify your risk tolerance, number 1. Number 2, you have to identify legitimately how much money can you invest in this business. And a lot of you guys aren't going to like this, but this is the truth. And I'm not here for you guys to like me. I'm here to help you guys get rich. So unfortunately, I have to tell you guys the truth. I've learned this over coaching tens of thousands of people in the last 2/3 of a decade. Most people will invest into their business what they feel that they can lose. I'll say that one more time so that you catch it. Most people will start their business by investing into their business what they feel they can lose. So is it safe to say if I was investing in my business what I feel that I could lose and still be okay with, that I already had a loser's mentality before I started the business? Therefore, how you do anything is how you do everything. And if I started my business with a loss in mind or a loser's mindset, how can I be a winner? Mathematically, psychologically, like physically, it's impossible. And when you look at impossible, the prefix of impossible is I'm and the suffix is possible. You are possible, but you have to be straight with yourself. Most people want like these unrealistic expectations. They want to be cheap trying to get rich, and then they lie to themselves, and then they gamble and hope this thing works, and it doesn't work, and they're like, I knew it was a scam. Well, dude, you knew it was a scam before you thought it was a scam, and you believed it was a scam before you invested in the business to start the business. Therefore, the minute you got any type of objection, barrier, any internal disbelief, any type of friction or resistance, you ran away, and that's why you failed. Not because of the business model. So identify what is your risk tolerance. Identify genuinely how much money, and it's not because I don't care how much money you have to invest. The reason why I say generally how much money can you invest is because the more capital you have access to, the more options you're going to have when it comes to finding products. When I teach my students and clients how to do product research, I don't tell them to just cast this giant net in the ocean and just scan through millions of products. Do you know why people never find a product? Because they're trying to find too many products. If I go on Jungle Scout right now and I do product research live and I type a generic search, a product that's selling 300 units per month at $10 profit, and I click on all of the categories, you're going to have hundreds of thousands of products. And I'm going to be brutally honest. No one is going through hundreds of thousands of products, reviewing all of them, tracking all of them, reaching out to suppliers on all of them, doing Google patent searches on all of them, going and doing searches on Google Trends to see if they're trending. You're not doing that. So in order to have prolific results, you have to have specific searches, right? In order to be prolific, you have to be specific. So I teach to go very, very, almost like shooting fish in a barrel with a double barrel shotgun, right? It's very targeted. You're going to hit on the first shot. So once we identify what our risk tolerance is and how much money we have access to, we can get really nitty gritty and refined in our search criteria and find products that we know are going to be within our search criteria, going to be within our risk tolerance, and most importantly, within our budget. Because I could go find each and every one of you guys a product in the next 60 minutes. The thing is, are you going to have the budget and the risk tolerance? Do you want to wait 3 years? Do you want to wait 2 years? Do you want to wait 1 year? Do you have 6 figures laying around? These are questions that you want to ask yourself and you want to identify so that you can find that winning product. However, generally speaking, 3,500 is bare minimum. The more, the better. What is the best option for done-for-you passive income right now? Amazon, Walmart, Shopify, YouTube, or other? So, GT, here's the thing. If I tell you, hop on a call with my team and it's Amazon, that's me trying to sell you something. And I could care less if you do business with my business because it doesn't change the quality of my life. So let me speak to you as I would like to get spoken to. One of the greatest investors of all time, Warren Buffett, his number one piece of investment advice is do not invest in anything you do not understand and only invest in things you genuinely like. Every time you see him, he's drinking a Diet Coke. Therefore, he is a shareholder in Coca-Cola, right? He loves Rolex. He's a shareholder in Rolex. So out of all of these companies, how often are you shopping on Shopify? How often are you driving to Walmart? How often are you, what was the other one? Walmart, Shopify, what was the other one? How often are you going on YouTube and like buying random stuff or like watching these crazy like rain sleeping music videos for hours and hours and hours, right? A lot of this stuff, can you make money? Yes. Is it realistic? Not really. Is it long-term? Definitely not. How often are you shopping on Amazon, right? Amazon is a giant right now. And when it comes to, again, we're not talking about businesses. We're just talking about service. Right now, economically speaking, what are consumers using more, right? Well, I honestly, my wife is here. I don't know the last time I went to Walmart. When do you think is the last time I went to Walmart? If you had to say, my wife says probably 2 years. Zero BS. When's the last time I went into any physical store to buy something? I don't. Not because I'm the Amazon guy. What does Amazon do? Amazon controls supply and demand, and it gets people things that they need effectively at a great price and fast, right? I do not want to go to a store and communicate with humans and waste my time walking around aisles trying to find a thing when I can Siri order me this thing and I have it from Amazon in 2 days or less. So for me, it makes more sense, right? So ask yourself that question. I genuinely believe, and again, this may come off as perceived biasness, but the business that made me rich, the business that I actively love, and the business as a consumer, from a consumer standpoint, that I generally love consuming in to this day is Amazon. I generally, and I've been saying this, like if you scroll through on my YouTube channel, I've been saying this for years. The minute Amazon, why do you think Amazon bought out Whole Foods? The minute, because that was a huge play. The minute Amazon can get poultry, can get produce to your doorstep in 1 day, same day with some type of dried ice or special packaging, Walmart will go out of business. Walmart's done for. The minute Amazon buys some type of virtual reality service where they can get you furniture, they can get you stuff for your home without you leaving your home and get it to your doorstep in 2 days or less and have it assembled, a lot of furniture stores are going to go out of business. Wayfair will probably go out of business, right? IKEA will probably go out of business. Amazon is making 25-year plays, right? They're going after Netflix. They're going into the food industry. They're going after Walmart, their biggest competitor. I've been approved to sell in Walmart since 2015. And it's like in the internet marketing space, it's always this next shiny thing. Like how many of you guys, when you're scrolling through Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, you see like 400 different ads, like down below, like let's be honest, like dude, you see 400 different ads and the ads are like, don't do this new model. And it's talking about trucking. Don't do this new model. And it's talking about Shopify. Don't do this is the best model. And it's talking about Facebook. And what are they doing? They're trying to crap on other business models, or they're trying to tell you this is the new shiny thing to get your attention and sell you some bull crap. I've been in one business for the last 7 years, that's Amazon. I've been around one thing, one industry for the last 7 years, that's Amazon. And as a consumer, I shop on Amazon. I freaking love Amazon. If I did not sell anything Amazon related, I would shop on Amazon religiously. We should actually pull and see how much money we've spent with Amazon. I guarantee you I spend tens of thousands of dollars with Amazon a year. And my wife's up there. But and this isn't coming from the biased guru buy my course. This is coming from the guy who has a multi-million-dollar trucking fleet, the guy that has multi-million-dollar real estate portfolio, the guy that has 7 figures in stocks and crypto, the guy that's bled money in multiple different investments, wiped out money in all of these different things, and has multiple partners in the e-commerce space. So it's not biased. It's just like my personal opinion, what I've gotten results with. I have an Amazon FBA store with one product. It's been 2 months, but it's not generating a lot of sales. I'm still stuck in product research. I just can't find the right one or the help I need. So I guess I'm a little concerned, Katie. I mean, I'm a little confused, Katie. Do you have, when you say it's been 2 months and it's not generating sales, but then you're stuck in product research, do you have products in your Amazon store, and are those products live and you're not getting sales? Or you're trying to find a product to launch so that you can get sales? If you can re-answer that a little bit more specifically, I can come back to it and give you some guidance. Best way to start passive income business: to identify which one you like and someone who you feel is legit, who you trust and you want to do business with, and to rather invest in them doing the business for you, or partner with them, or learn how to do it yourself and set it up. Like I said, I generally believe right now when it comes to the passive income that the Amazon business is one of the best. Genuinely. I haven't found another one. I've tried a lot of them. I've done the trucking. I've done all the other stuff, and they're just messy. They're inconsistent. For me personally, it's still Amazon. When you finally found the right product, how long did it take for you to start seeing results? So typically, once you find the product, so there's a few different steps. You have to find the product, and then you have to make the product. If we're talking about private label, you find the product, you make the product, you have the supplier send the product to Amazon. Once it's at that stage, when it's checked in Amazon, you can get sales within your first hour, right? For me, if you're talking about me and how it worked, my first few products failed. I got sales, and they didn't fail because the sales weren't selling. They failed because I didn't know how to develop products properly. I didn't know how to market them properly, and just multiple different scenarios. I'm sure you guys have heard the stories here on the channel about my first 3 failed products. The product that crushed it, that made me my first $1 million, it really worked because the product worked, right? The strategy behind the product worked. So once you identify like how to find a good product, how to determine product market fit, what a good marketing strategy is to market that product, how to serve the clients, how to maintain inventory and scale the product, and all of that stuff, you can really start scaling super fast. The good thing, like the beautiful thing about Amazon is you can literally open the floodgates when it comes to growing your business. Like if you have the inventory and you have the marketing budget and you know what to do, it's like you can get results very, very quickly, sometimes within hours. What would you be doing to stay productive besides more product research on other products while your patent attorney is checking for patents on your current product? So if it sounds like you're at the phase, Brian, where you're about to move forward or you're already in product development, getting ready to move forward with that product. So of course we always do product research to get new products for our pipeline. But besides that, I would be looking for joint ventures, partnerships, paid influencer opportunities, pages, networks, mommy blogs, keyword research. I would be looking for holidays that may be relevant that are upcoming to your product and come up with a marketing strategy. I would be working on copy for my listing. I would be building out social media platforms. I would be working on a trademark. I would be working on my back-end business structure, make sure I have everything set up. These are just to name a few. You know, when I worked in retail when I was younger, ton of different retail stores, and they always had this overarching theme. It was, there's always something to do. Like when there's nothing to do, grab a broom, right? Grab a dust mop. There's always something to do, and if not, grab a dust mop. So in your business, there's always something to do, and like try to find new keywords. Try to come up with titles that you can split test. Come up with new seasonal images. Come up with new images. Come up with partnerships. Do researches for hashtags. Create social medias. Reach out to influencers. Try to breach new relationships with other people in the industry. Communicate. Don't segregate. And just reach out and network. Right. That's another huge thing. What are some good freight forwarders you would recommend? We have a team overseas in China that does this for our clients. Like I haven't just manually looked for one in a while, Danny. We have a team that does this for our stuff and for our clients. But one of the best things to do is well, you can do 2 things. You can, number one, you could get a broker like Freightos to get you a list of them. Like if you're shopping for insurance, you can get an insurance broker and they'll give you a list of them, and then you can do your due diligence and choose from that list. So you can use a broker. And one of them that we've used in the past is Freightos, right? Or one of the ones that we used more recently in the past was Flexport, which is a direct broker. But the easiest way to get these relationships is one of 2 ways that I like to do them. I just literally get 2 to 3 different brokers, have them shop them out, and get those like 10 to 30 freight forwarders, reach out to them individually, see which one I like, which one's promising. Or you can talk with your supplier and ask which one are they using, which one has the best rates, which one's the most notorious, which one has the best reviews, which one have you used in the past. I've talked about this here on the channel and in my programs and in my teaching and consulting and stuff. I'm big on this. I don't think a lot of people talk about this a lot in this space when they're teaching and especially in their courses, but people are neglecting the relationship with their suppliers. Your supplier, your manufacturer, your distributor, they don't just get you stuff. They don't just make you stuff. They don't just sell you stuff. Well, they can if that's what you restrict that relationship to be, but they can also be a broker for a new product. They can also be a broker for a freight forwarder. They could also be someone to introduce you to an engineer or a product development team or a graphic artist or a packaging company. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff going on in China, and this is what they do. Their main source of income is manufacturing and exportation of goods. So you have to use that to your ability. Always be asking questions. These two questions have made me a small fortune in my career over the last nearly a decade. Number one, is that the best that you can do? That will save you a bunch of money in your life. And number two, who else can you introduce me to that you feel would help my company? If you just ask those two simple questions to your manufacturer, your distributor, your supplier, you'd be surprised the contacts, number one, that you would get, and number two, the money that you would save. And use this stuff outside of that entire world, right? Reach out to someone. When you're talking to someone, hey, do you know anybody else that's like me? Hey, do you know anybody else that could help my business? Hey, do you know anybody else that you'd recommend talking to? And start thinking outside the box for ways to network. There's a saying that your network determines your net worth. How hard is it to find a product once you purchase the AMZ Formula? So, I mean, like the AMZ Formula, like when you buy the AMZ Formula, or you buy any of my programs, like the ceiling doesn't open up and a product just drops in front of you. It's what it is. It's my frameworks. It's my strategies. It's my tactics. It's literally everything that I've learned over the last 7 years being in this business. So like if someone tells you, buy my proven system for $19.97, and in 30 days or less, you'll find a proven product that will allow you to sell off into the sunset with rainbows shooting out of your car, they're lying to you. There's like no definitive answer to how long it takes for you to find a product. There's no definitive answer to how successful can you be and how much money can you make within a specific amount of time. The only true definitive answer is if you have a framework that is proven and that works, you follow the strategy and you do not give up, it is impossible for you not to find a product. So I can tell you that, but I can't tell you like, dude, buy my stuff and you'll find a product tomorrow. I have no idea because I don't know if you're going to consume the content. I don't know how many hours or how many minutes of studying you're going to do. I don't know your level of comprehension of my teaching. There's multiple factors that I don't understand, but I can tell you this. If you are in any of my programs and you follow my teaching, if you're in any of our mentorships, whether it's Max or Inner Circle, you hop on the calls with our coaches, you ask the right questions, you show up, you're holding yourself accountable, you're implementing the stuff inside the program and the stuff that our coaches are giving you, and you're following the roadmap that our client success managers are creating for you, it's impossible for you to get up and running. It's inevitable for you to find a successful product. That's the $1 million question, is when. So what I like to focus on, and when I teach and consult, it's not about when, it's about how. Or excuse me, it's not about how, it's about when. So you know how this thing works. You know that this thing works. The missing equation is when, which nobody knows. Nobody can see the future. So as long as you know that you believe in the how, the when is irrelevant, right? Think about it. Everybody knows that there's life and everybody knows that there's death. Nobody focuses on when they're going to die. It's inevitable. Everybody knows they're going to leave this earth. Nobody's focused on when are they going to leave this earth. It's inevitable. They know, hey, I'm going to live the best of my life while I'm still alive, and one day I'm going to be dead and gone. That is something that is inevitable. Well, a proven system is success from a proven system is inevitable, right? And I'll give you another example. Like in personal fitness, if you follow a specific strategy or framework for calisthenics and for dieting, right? And you follow that specific regimen, it is inevitable for you to be healthier and be more fit. The magical equation is when will it happen, right? And there's tons of variables as to why it may happen sooner for you than me, like genetics, like how much you're working out, how much you're deviating from the plan or the strategy or the tactic, how hard you're going, how much you're devoting to it. So there's variables. I will tell you this. Typically, people who follow our trainings and go through everything, utilize everything, once they're through it and they begin product research, typically we're seeing people in around 4 to 12 weeks find their product, research their product, develop their product, and feel comfortable launching their product. That's kind of like the sweet spot. Can it take less? Yes. Can it take way more? Absolutely. But that's kind of the median. Do you make the listing first before placing your order from a supplier? Or how does it work? So, Danny, you do the research, find the product, validate, verify the product, develop the product, reach out to the supplier, negotiate the pricing of the product. They make the product, ship the product to Amazon. From manufacturing and developing the product to shipping the product to Amazon, that gap of logistics is when you work on the pictures and you work on the listing and you work on the description and the keywords and the back-end automations, and you work on the marketing and the campaigns and the influencers and everything that you're going to use. Yeah, you can click it. When you order the product from Alibaba, do you buy in bulk first? So, great question. You have to kind of think about the product. So here's two ways that you can do it. You can develop the product, order the product, have it shipped directly to Amazon, or you can add an additional step, right? You can find the product, develop the product, and get a sample pre-mass manufacturing of the product sent to you for your approval, and then once approved, begin manufacturing, and then they send the product to Amazon. So the question is, or a better question is, when do you identify when to do a pre-manufacturing inspection? There's a few different inspections that you can do. You can do a pre-manufacturing inspection, and you can do a post-manufacturing inspection. A pre-manufacturing inspection is to test the quality of the product before you start mass production to make sure it's exactly how you want and it's to your standards, right? To your needs. A post-manufacturing is once they're done manufacturing, before you pay the balance for manufacturing, because you typically do a 30-70 or a 50-50, right? They send you a sample and you approve it before paying the remnants. And the remnants, once the remnants is paid, then they send the product directly to Amazon. How do you determine when you should do either of those? You have to think about the complexity of your product. You have to think about the timeline of your product and when you want your product up and running. You have to think about not only the complexity of your product, but you have to think about specific features that may need a human interaction, right? Let me give you a perfect example, or a few examples. A product for a first test run manufacturing that may require a human interaction is, let's just say, a moisturizer. If you were to create a moisturizer and you had this complex formula where you had jojoba oil and argan oil and vitamin E oil, and you had the specific fragrance blend that you were developing, and you want it to feel just right, you want it to smell just right, before you mass produce 1,000 units and have people rub it on their skin, you may want to have one of those air shipped expeditedly to your property or to your house or to your business so you can test it, you can feel it, you can smell it, okay? If you were launching a travel size lint roller right here, I don't need to see this. Well, I want to make sure it's sticky enough. I want to make sure it rolls good. I don't need to see this. Now, here's a big thing that people don't understand, again, because people are not teaching, like, they teach on the outside of the corners. Like, I've been in this industry for a very long time. People don't teach the specifics. There's a few different types of inspections, and I don't have time to cover this because I can chat for an hour. Like, literally, guys, our programs are hours and hours and hours and hours. Do you need to watch all of them? No, but there's just so much information that I just can't give you guys, right? So it's like inside of my programs, in the AMZ Formula and all of our programs, it's filled with so much knowledge because there's just really so much that you need to know. And not even so much that you need to know, but so much that you need to have access to when you're doing this business and you want to reconvene on something, right? Or you want to sharpen your sword, figuratively speaking, on a specific area of the business. But something that a lot of people don't talk about is, okay, let's say this is my product and I'm not doing a lotion, or I'm not doing an electronic, or I'm not doing a complex product where I need human interaction, or I need to test it, I need to taste it, I need to smell it, I need to see it. However, I still want to make sure that the quality is good, right? I still want to make sure that it's how I want it to look and it operates how I want it to feel, but I don't want to pay for an inspection. I don't want to wait 5 days to 30 days for a sample to come back. I don't feel that that's necessary. You can ask your manufacturer to do several things. For instance, record. I want to see if it's easy to get a new sheet. When I was doing my product development research, I noticed that other people on Amazon, other sellers on Amazon are getting bad reviews because it's hard to get a new sheet of tape. I don't know if you guys ever had a lint roller and it's hard to find the perforated line to get a new sheet. Maybe that's your concern and you came up with some type of product development way to make that thing better. You could ask your supplier, I want you to record yourself using the product and then getting a new tape. So the supplier would have a phone stand or have somebody hold it and they would literally do this, right? And then they would literally use it and then they would literally get close to the camera and then show how easy it is to get the new thing. Now, if that was a concern of yours and I just did a video like how we are doing right now, do you feel that that would answer your question without you having to have that shipped? Let's say you were concerned about the blue. Let's say it had to be a specific blue. I don't need it shipped to my house to physically see it. It can be seen through video. It can be seen through pictures, right? And this may not focus on this, but you guys get where I'm going at with this. So ask your supplier, like you do not need a traditional inspection company to give your supplier, distributor, or manufacturer specific instructions as to what you want to see before you send the product to Amazon. Because let me tell you, it is significantly easier to have them send you 10 videos, 10 pictures, or whatever you need before they send it to Amazon and have to make an adjustment than to ship it 30,000 miles to Amazon and it be in Amazon not how you want it to be done. Now, like Amazon is not going to teach you this stuff. This is stuff that you have to learn from being in the industry, being in the business for many years, right? And this is stuff that like it's free to get these videos and these pictures. They'll save you guys thousands of dollars. Like one of our clients who used this strategy saved $10,000 because there was a huge iteration that needed to be done that the supplier was able to make an adjustment on nimbly before shipping it directly to Amazon. If that would have got shipped to Amazon, now they're getting hit with false advertisement. They're getting reviews, negative reviews, and it just could have been a disaster, right? So competence breeds confidence. And you want to make sure that you thoroughly understand all these steps because it could save you tens of thousands of dollars. Good stuff. Yo, shout out to the one with like the 100 questions. She's taking advantage of this. You guys need to take advantage of this time, man, because these questions, like if you were to like email my team and be like, hey, I want an hour with Josh like this, it's 15,000. And to be honest, like when they happen, if it's in the middle of a season on COD League and I'm trying to get to the next skill rating, like I refund them. Like, I don't care about the 15,000. I'd rather get a higher skill rating on Call of Duty than get 15,000 for an hour of my time. So like you guys need to take advantage of this stuff because I don't know how long this stuff will exist. I'm being dead serious. Do people think I'm lying about that crap? 15,000 or grinding with the homies and leveling up in Call of Duty? I don't know, man. How do I make an did I miss one? What did I miss? Did I miss a question? How to make an Amazon seller account. Go to Seller Central and create an account. You want to create an individual account, which is free. And then once you have product on the way, you want to switch to a professional account. If you and someone else are selling the same products, how can I get higher than them? So I guess the question is like, if other people are selling essentially the same product, how can you outrank them, or how can you have a higher ranking or placement on the search results than them? And the like non-nerdy, very quick answer to this is just to sell more product than them. And I know it sounds like cliche, but that's how Amazon's complex algorithm works. You literally just have to sell more stuff than the person who's higher than you, and you replace their ranking and like move up the SERPs, or search engine rankings, right? Placements. That's what SERP stands for. So just identify and track your competitors and see what they're selling. And if you're stuck, like let's say you want the number one spot and you've done your due diligence and your research and the number one spot is selling 25 units a day and you cannot get past 15 units a day. You've literally hit a ceiling. You can't spend more on PPC ads and you need to sell 10 more units a day to get that top spot. How can you do that? Well, you literally need to write on a piece of paper all of the marketing strategies that you're not using. So here on the channel, I talk about a ton of different marketing strategies for free. In my program, I give you guys my personal list. Like in the AMZ formula, it's crazy. Do you know in the AMZ formula, I give my actual influencer Rolodex list to Instagram influencers and tell you how much they charge to promote your business. And you can even search it alphabetically for what niche you're in. So if you're in fitness, you go alphabetically to F, and it shows you all the fitness influencers that I've already reached out to, negotiated great pricing with because I'm verified with hundreds of thousands of followers. And you just DM them like, hey, I want you to promote my stuff. Where do I send the money? That one resource is worth significantly more than what the program costs. But you have to identify how many more units do you need to sell, and then what other strategies can you do? Are you utilizing mommy blogs? Are you utilizing Reddit? Are you utilizing Pinterest, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube? Have you talked to partnerships? Are you talking with stores where you can get wholesale deals with? There's tons of different ways, and I talk about literally dozens of them in the program. I talk about a ton of different ones here on the channel, but just identify what are you doing that's working, keep doing that, dial down on that, and then what haven't you done, and then think about that. And here's a hack. No, I can't give them the hack for free. Never mind. I'm tripping. How many likes we got, dog? I almost dropped the bomb on them. They can't get that for free, man. Oh, and we're over on time. I got the timer beeping over here. It's 30 minutes with a millionaire turned into 47 minutes with a millionaire. How many likes we got? We got enough likes? Oh, my God. You guys are getting this free game. You can't hit a like button? Come on, man. That's crazy, ain't it? Charge thousands of dollars for this game. You guys are getting it for free. Just move the mouse. And if you're on mobile, it's really sad because you literally boop, boop, boop. It's done. Hit the like button, and hit the subscribe button. And if I don't forget that bar I was going to give you guys, I'll give it to you guys. I don't know. I can't remember it now. What was I talking about? Too late for him? No, I'll give it to him, man. So this is the hack. When you're thinking about exterior-based traffic and different marketing placements that you can use, once your PPC is exhausted, identify who's the number one person. So I did this with one of my competitors. One of my competitors was number one and I was number two, and I was exhausting my PPC spend and I could not spend more. I was doing influencer marketing, but I still could not sell more than this person, and I knew I had a better product. I knew I was outslaying them on social media, but I could not sell more than them. I did a reverse search on Google for their name. So if you go into Google, I shouldn't give this to him, man. I'm tripping, dog. I can't get this, man. So, oh, man. So if you go into Google, it just shot up. So give it to him. So if you go into Google and you type in parentheses and you type in the name of the brand or the competitor or the title of that seller or that product, on Google, you'll see all the areas where that listing is actually, that listing or that product is actually being mentioned. So what I discovered is this person was on literally all the mommy blogs for our industry and was crushing it. So I don't know if this person had a background in PR or they hired a PR agency. But once I noticed that, I went and I hired a VA who specialized in PR and publications to go find all the ones they were on. And I went on all of them. And then, boom, I shot up, matched them, hit resistance, and then surpassed them through an increase of influencer marketing and promotions as well as giveaways. Now, a secondary, this is too much hack, man, So a secondary hack, here's a secondary hack to take it even a step further. And this is just a fraction of the stuff that's inside of my community, guys, and the stuff that I teach. Like, you're not going to Google this stuff. You're not going to YouTube this stuff. And some guru trying to sell you crap is not giving you this stuff. I'm going to keep it real with you guys. This is 7.5 years of grinding and making millions of dollars. This is the stuff you can't learn, right? To take it a step further, once you do that, you can set up Google Alerts. So go to Google, type in Google Alerts. It'll bring up a Google Alert panel. Create Google Alerts for all your top competitors. So now any and every time they get placed on a new website, they get placed on a new blog, or they're running new advertisements, Google sends you an email and say, hey, your competitor's running on this website. So what are you going to do? You're going to go pay the website to be right on the same spot. Crazy. I absolutely kill. I'm trying to tell you guys, next level stuff. Yeah, they can't get no more of that. They get one. You get one ninja bar per series. This is why you want to have notifications on, guys, and you want to be subscribed, because every single week, if I'm not traveling or playing Call of Duty, I hop on here and you guys get the business. Okay, Katie, back to your question. Let's rock. Enroll. Yes, I don't have the sell on the first product. I've been running Amazon PPC, but I just lose money instead of gaining. Now I'm just looking for a different product to launch and hope to succeed. Okay, so before you restart the process over and abandon ship, oftentimes I say this: if your product is not selling and it's not generating money, it's not a product problem, it's a person problem. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with you, but I'm saying that you may be missing a step or a strategy, or something may not be optimized, right? So what I want you to do is create a list of, it's called the process of elimination. So whenever there's, let's take this in, because I'm a visual person. Like when you talk to me in Nerdinese, I don't understand anything. So I need stuff to be dumbed down for me to understand. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. So my car, like, oh, perfect example. This just happened yesterday. I came here to my studio to record, and the air conditioning did not work. And it was like 95 degrees in here, and I was dying. And I was like, this is not happening. So we bounced. We called an HVAC technician, right? I'm like, yo, my stuff's not working. Come fix it. He's like, well, I have no idea. Do you know what's going on? I said, no, I have no idea. You're the pro. What's going on? He's like, well, I got to come check it out. So what did he do to solve the problem? He went through a process of elimination. Does he know how to fix it? Well, if he knows what the problem is, he knows how to fix it, but he doesn't know what the problem is. So in order to identify what the problem is, he has to do a process of elimination. This is the same thing any type of mechanical-oriented business or personal service type of person, like a doctor or a mechanic, will do to serve an unknown problem, solve an unknown problem. So right now you have an unknown problem. Here's the good news. All products on Amazon sell. Why is your product not selling? I don't know. If I knew why your product wasn't selling, I could tell you exactly what to do, and then your product would sell. So your goal should not be launching a new product. Your goal should be how to identify why your product is not selling. So what I want you to do is I want you to create that product process of elimination. I want you to start with your images, and I want you to compare the images with your competitors. Are they the best that they can be? Number two, I want you to do your title. Does your title make sense? Is it the best it can be? Then your description, then your bullet points. I want to make sure that you have keywords in your bullet points, in your description. I want to make sure that you have keywords on the back end, right? Next, under your PPC campaign, you say you're spending, and I'm just giving you a few, but I want you to literally rack your brain with everything you've learned on the channel or everything you've learned in my program. If you're in my program, anything and everything you can think of goes on that piece of paper, and you do that process of elimination. When it comes to PPC, a big mistake that a lot of people make is they turn on auto campaigns and they're not making money because they're not optimizing auto campaigns. Auto campaigns are telling Amazon, hey, I have this new thing for sale. I want you to go do all the work for me, and I'm going to sit back and chill. Well, Amazon makes 100% profit. How much? 100% profit off of ad spend. Just like Facebook. When you advertise with Facebook, they make 100% profit. So when you run an auto campaign, you're letting Amazon take the driver's seat with your pocketbook or your checkbook. So they're going to spend as much money as humanly possible so they can make as much money as humanly possible. Now, this can be very effective when used correctly. In order to utilize it correctly, you have to optimize it. In English, optimization is removing the stuff that's not getting you sales. So if you're selling a white paper cup and you're getting white paper garbage bag, no one's going to buy your white paper cup who's typing in white paper garbage bag. You would remove that. You want to start turning negative keywords in, and you're basically telling Amazon, don't spend money on stuff that's not my product. That's one of the biggest mistakes people make. Another mistake that they make is not having enough keywords and not targeting properly. So without going into like full teaching mode, there's 4 different main campaigns. You have automatic, you have phase, you have broad, you have exact. What you want to do is run automatic, optimized, like I just explained, then take the keyword list that you have, white paper cup, put it on phrase, put it on exact, put it on broad, run it the same CPC and the same bid, and then you want to monitor it every single day. If 2 of the 3 are getting you high clicks, no sales, reduce them. If one of them is getting you low click, high sales, or low click sales or high click sales, increase it. So see what's working and tell the budget to go to what's working and reduce what's not working. A lot of people, they just like set it and forget it and want to get rich. Like, it does not happen like that. So those are a few things. Like, I could go deep on this, and I talk about the process of elimination in the AMZ formula, but create that long list, as much of everything that you can think of, go through, fix all of those things, and then reconvene. 1, make Amazon seller account. 2, find a product. 3, order on Alibaba and send it to Amazon. Are these the 3 steps, or am I missing? Make Amazon seller account, find a product, order on Alibaba, send it to Amazon. Yeah, like the 4th would be running advertising, so running PPC and running any type of promotion. So those are like 4 simple steps. Yes. Brian, you're very welcome, my friend. Darion, if you can, how much is, so Darion, if you can DM me right now, my team's actually here with me in the studio. If you can DM me right now, it'll push your DM on Instagram up to the top, and my team will see it because they're all on the live stream or they're here in my office. So just push it up to the top, and then they'll serve you, my friend. And again, anybody else, like, I don't sell anything on these. Like, I may occasionally talk to you about what I feel is the best thing that you can buy in this space for under $20 or however much it is, which is my book. But other than that, I don't sell anything on here. Like, if you're interested in programs, courses, consulting, one-on-one mentorship, or Amazon automation, which is where me and my team build and manage everything for you, all you got to do is schedule a free call. So it's a free call, and the link is right there, www.oneproductawaycall.com. Short call. We're going to answer any questions that you have. We're going to see what programs, if any, are a fit and how we can serve you and help you. And if not, we'll try to give you whatever free references or free help we can. All right, cool. What else do we have? Is it possible to earn FBA? Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't matter if it's 10 years from now or if it's going to continue to work. What is the best program to purchase when just starting that is affordable? I mean, honestly, like I don't know what that looks like for you, man. Like, to be honest, like, if you're someone who wants to learn about this business and identify if this business is a good fit for you, learn more about this business, I have more videos on this specific business model on Amazon than any other channel on YouTube. And I dare you to search through YouTube for an hour and find a channel that they may have more subscribers than me, which kind of pisses me off, but they will not have more content. They won't have better teaching. They won't have more directive, like straight to the point, high quality teaching than me. So for free 99, watch all the videos on my channel. For like 19 bucks or however much this book is, go to oneproductawaybook.com and get a copy of my book. Dude, it is literally 200, almost 300 pages. 200 pages almost? How many pages is this? Like 180, almost 200 pages. Like 200 pages of step-by-step actions, like, about this entire business. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to open up a random page and read a sentence. Look at, I'm sure you heard this here today. In order to be prolific, you have to be specific. Knowing what you now know, you can go into this $1 million question with knowledge. That's possible to change your life, but it's going to take some upfront hard work on a part of building a system and working the system. Once the system is built and you've got income flowing into your bank account, you can buy yourself more time, more freedom, and kick back a little bit and relax if you choose to. Armed with this information, ask yourself again, do you want to learn a high income skill set? If you do, read the rest of this chapter and it will break down such things as PPC, handling shipments, keyword research, SEO, building listings, managing shipments, creating your listings, sourcing products, and finding suppliers. To say a few. Come on, like, this is ridiculous. Like, this thing is an instruction manual to building a 7-figure business. Look at this. Chapter 15, build it. Manufacturing your product, finding your product, developing your product, finding your suppliers, how to find world-class suppliers, track records for suppliers, capacity for suppliers, quality of suppliers, comparing yourself to others and outperforming your competitors, using specialists, how to find specialists. This is one chapter, guys. It's crazy. So in order of free to cheap, I would do YouTube channel, watch all the videos, get a copy of my book. And then if you feel that this is a business that you want to commit to, that you want to start, you want to learn, and you want our guidance, hop on a free call and learn about my programs. I stopped selling one thing or courses years ago because I was hurting my community instead of helping them. I can't hop on here and say, buy my course for $9.97, it'll change your life, if I don't know the life that you want to build, because the course may not be the answer. For some of you guys, it may be you're an investor and you want us to build everything and you don't want to do nothing and you want to have passive income coming in weekly. For some of you, it may be you want a personal mentor to hop on a Zoom call with you, answer all your questions, hold you accountable via text messaging, answer any questions that you have, and step-by-step help you and hold your hand throughout the process. For some of you guys, you may just need a little additional help via programs. So I don't know what is best for you guys. Therefore, I can't offer what's best for you guys. And that's the reason for scheduling a call. Schedule a call, tell our team what your goals are, where you want to be, get your questions answered, and then they can break down the different programs. We have multiple different programs that range in prices and range in level of attention and help and coaching and consulting. Some have access to me personally. It's just all about what you want, what's going to help you get your goals quicker and faster. Hey, can you give me a guesstimate of money I should have to net 30,000 monthly? So I'll give you like a perfect example that we give our clients that partner with us in one of our hybrid strategies, which is where we develop a business for you. We build the business out for you. We manage it for you. So if you wanted to do $30,000, you just have to do a reverse math problem, right? So typically, if we're aiming for 30% profit margins, well, how much inventory would you have to have, right? So if let's just say you get $30,000 worth of inventory, well, 30% of $30,000 worth of inventory is 9,000. So if you had 60,000, it'd be 18,000, right? If you had 120,000, it'd be, what is that? 35,000? 18 times 2? 36,000? Yeah, 36,000. Can it be less? Yes. Can it be more? Yes. But that's typically the best way to look at it. Typically, we want to see around 30% profit margins. Now, with private label, if you're building this business out yourself, you can have these home run products where you don't have to have that much inventory. So it just depends. Are you building this business yourself, looking for one product? If so, all you have to do when you're doing product research is find how many products a month the unit is the product is selling and what is the profit margin. Or if you want to work with us as an investor, all you have to ask yourself is how much access to capital do you have to invest or credit that you have to invest, and that percentage will tell you how much that you can make, right? So if you're going to do it the product approach and launch the product yourself, if, for instance, if you found a product that's selling 1,000 units per month that's making $30 profit, which you could do that with a large product like a table, that'd make you $30,000. Or a product that sells 5,000 units per month at $5 profit, that'd make you $25,000. See where I'm coming from? So you have to ask yourself, like, are you an entrepreneur that's building the business yourself? If so, if that's your desired profit margin, you want to go and find products that are selling X amount of units at X amount profit margin to make that desired amount. And then you have to ask yourself, do you have the risk tolerance and the access to the capital for the inventory to produce that? Or if you're an investor and you partner with us, just simply 30% of whatever your capital is. And for the hybrid model that we're doing, you can use your credit card, right? When we build you a brand and we partner with you and we build a brand, you have to pay for the inventory up front because we're manufacturing. And at that point, if that was your desired income, then we would reverse engineer it. We'd look for products just like how I broke down. Hopefully that helps. I have a pending patent. What advice can you provide to launch my product? Can your team help with that? I don't know necessarily what you need help with and what stages you're at, but I would just email our team or hop on a call with our team. The link is right here, flashing down below my face. It's www.oneproductawaycall.com. Break down where you are in the process, what your goals are, and they can help you. And if we can help you, that's great. If we can't help you, we'll try to find someone who can or point you in a direction as to what we think is best for you, right? Is there a lot more questions? Okay, we'll wrap these up. One more question. So if I want to start my own business on Amazon by myself, like I want to be hands-on with everything, but still need your help throughout it, what program is that? So I have tons of programs like that. The one I have, so here's the thing, like, because people are like, you have tons of programs. So the AMZ Formula is my curriculum, right? We have the AMZ Formula. We have the AMZ Formula Max, which is my core curriculum plus coaching with 3 different coaches. Then we have the step above that, which is my inner circle. And the inner circle, you get the AMZ Formula, you get the AMZ Formula Max coaching with our coaches, plus you get monthly coaching with me. Those are the 3 core programs we offer if you want to be hands-on and build a business with us, right? If you're an investor and want us to build a business for you, then it's the AMZ Done For You, which is under AMZ Together. So whichever one of those you feel is best for you, just schedule a call right here, www.oneproductawaycall.com, and just say, hey, I heard Josh talk about these programs. This is what I want to do. Which do you feel is best for me? And our team will break down the different programs, tell you the prices, answer your questions. Like, we have access to funding partners, payment plans, like everything. So everybody has different scenarios. Everybody's in different financial situations, have different goals, want different things. So that's why it's best just to get you guys on a call to talk to my team. Like, I'm not going to just sell one thing here and not be able to serve you guys at the highest level. Cool. That's pretty much everything, right? Yeah, cool. Sweet, cool. Well, guys, that's another one in the books. 30 minutes with a millionaire turned an hour and 10 minutes with a millionaire. Guys, all I ask, I do this for free. Like, we invest 6 figures per year in production and in staff and everything that's needed to run this operation, to give you guys videos every single week. Guys, all we ask, and this means a lot to me, is like the videos, guys. Comment on the videos. Subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell. Make some posts on social media. Tag me on your Instagram stories. Share the channel with someone who you feel would get some type of value. Watch a couple of the videos in a row. Like, it really helps the channel grow, and it means a lot to me. I take a pride in having the highest quality content when it comes to Amazon education. I take pride in having more videos on Amazon education than anybody else on YouTube. I do this stuff absolutely for free. Like, it costs me $100,000 a year to do this, and I probably make $3,000 a year from YouTube. So I'm -97 trying to help you guys get rich. So at least you could do is like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, comment down below the videos, check the other videos out, share them with your friends. Post us on social media. Keep watching. Turn the notification buttons on. Show up. And if you show up and put the work in, you'll go up. As always, you're only one product away. I appreciate you guys. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next one.